Yeah, like 8 minutes on this one. Let me TV down. Go the guitar. You need to dust in here. It's March 5th, 2020, 2:58 p.m. I decided I'm going to go ahead and post this video because I don't think anybody else is going to comment. At least nobody else I like. I have comments from Robert, Ariel, and Storboki. 3 people that I do like very much. Thank you guys for the comments. I'll get to you in a second. This is episode 815. Did I say what time it is? It's 2:59 p.m. on March 5th, 2020. Did I say that? I'd be like a DJ where they say it 3 times, 17 times. So I was thinking about this whole conspiracy crap, and the thing that really annoys me is when these Democrats sound like Republicans, when they sound like Trump supporters. And I'm hearing all these Democrats keep yelling and screaming about Bernie being, denied the nomination, that it's the establishment, that it's rigged against him, this thing again. But it's the voters who are taking it away from him. There's no... Bernie does not have the nomination. He cannot have have it stolen from you if you don't have it. Donald Trump tweeted that it's a coup. Now, Democrats, he has an excuse for not knowing what a coup is. He's Donald Trump. You don't have an excuse. You're Democrats. You're supposed to be smarter than this, okay? The establishment does not like Bernie, but they're not taking it from him. Of course they don't like Bernie. He's a socialist who's not even a Democrat, and he keeps attacking the party. And now he's screaming that he's being victimized. And his supporters are acting like Russian trolls, okay? At this point, I'm not liking Bernie that much. And I like Bernie. I want to vote for Bernie. I like where he stands on all the issues. But I don't like this conspiracy theory shit that's coming from his side. I'm not a fan of it. And his supporters, when you point this out, they even deny that they're engaging in the conspiracy shit, or that they're being dicks while they're being dicks. And today I saw on one colleague who's a liberal, but he doesn't like Biden at all. And I don't like Biden either. I'm not in love with Biden. I mean, I like Biden fine, but I don't want to be president. But they're all got all these conspiracy theories and all this stuff. But mostly what I saw on this guy's page from all his readers, and he has a lot. He's a very popular cartoonist, and he's a good friend of mine too. Well, maybe not a good friend, but he's a friend. I respect him. I disagree with him on just about everything, and we're both liberals. But I disagree with him on so much. But he's a guy I do respect, and I like him. But he's off his rocker with this, and everybody, what I see from their comments, is that they're all not going to vote for the nominee if it's not Bernie. And then they say, and then you know what? It's your fault you're going to have 4 more years of Donald Trump. No, it's your fault, motherfuckers. Come on. Here's the thing. It is not important if Joe Biden's president. It's not important if Bernie Sanders is president. It's not even important if Elizabeth Warren is president. It'd be nice. But you know what's important? That Donald Trump is not president. And I don't understand why people don't understand this. Yeah, I think Joe Biden is loopy. I think he might have something wrong up there. I think Donald Trump does too, and Donald Trump is fucking dangerous. Joe Biden doesn't hate people. Joe Biden's not a hater. Joe Biden will hire great people. But again, the point is, the important thing is that we got to get rid of Donald Trump. So, and I don't understand why people don't get that. I had a lot of fun drawing this cartoon, and I had like 2 other ideas I was debating between. And then about 3 a.m. I thought of it, and then I sat down and I kind of wrote it out what I wanted. Only thing is I put a Bernie on this guy's shirt, and I had 2 people ask me, what's that on the shirt? So I did a horrible job with it. But I saved drawing all the Skittles for last and coloring them because I liked it so much. I knew I was going to have fun. And originally the guy being dragged into the truck, I love him to death. I mean, I love my cow too, and the cowgirl. But I love this guy because you wonder what happened before this panel. I mean, what did he do? Did they have to tackle him? Did they have to chase him to the neighborhood? Because they look pretty pissed off about it, And was he ranting before they caught him? And that's continuing. I don't know. I just got this whole backstory I wonder about with the guy. So sometimes I create backstories for my characters, or I just think that there is something and that I just don't know what it is. So anyway, let's do the shout outs now before I lose it all, because we got 5 comments. 5 people, 5. Robert says gave us things to go after him about if we want to make fun of him. I still don't really have any reason to make fun of you. I like to make fun of people that kind of set themselves up more. And I think Arrow gets it most of all. She writes, well, Robert would like some dark humor aimed at him maybe a little bit. But Arrow says, we all deserve to be made fun of. I deserve it for sure. I tell people when I meet them that I'll make fun of them if I like them. Everyone is welcome to like me too. And that's just the thing. And a lot of people will never really understand it, and I'm not always good with it. I make fun of people. I mock people, I laugh at them. And I remember, like, maybe a decade ago, one friend told another, like, oh, yeah, Clay will make fun of you, but, you know, if he doesn't make fun of you, he doesn't like you. And that's true. And I have to be careful with how I make fun of people, because some people don't take it well. Not at all. And I still have trouble with that. And I've done it my entire life. It's kind of like when I'm a cartoonist. You think I'm making fun of people now? I did the same thing when I was a kid, except I got sent to the principal's office for it. Now I get away with it, and I get paid for it. So, I've always been good at making fun of people. Or maybe I wasn't good at it, I just did it. So, Arrow also points out that's not Robert's style or Kansas to the mockery thing. And Stuart Bokeh comes in, says, but the Super Tuesday counts aren't over yet. And California historically has taken days, if not more than a week sometimes. Expect more delegates to be added to Bernie, shrinking that gap between him and Biden, but don't expect corporate media to inform you unless they help stir pick for president. Yeah, that's the other thing about all this stuff, and like Biden had a really, really good night. But when Biden wins a state like 33% and Bernie has 28%, you're like, well, Biden won the state. He doesn't win all those delegates. So what we are not seeing right now from anybody is a report on the delegate count. And I agree with Store here that we need to see what the delegate count is after they all come in. And I don't think it's going to be that. I don't think it's going to be a huge lead by Biden, but he's going to have a lead. But I think it's going to be the lead that leads him to getting the nomination. Because what we saw the other day was voters, not the party, voters want to go to a nominee now. That's why Elizabeth Warren lost Massachusetts. She didn't lose Massachusetts and come in third because people were like, we don't like her anymore in her home state. They wanted to move on. They pretty much don't view her as a candidate. And now she's not. But they wanted to move on. Trust me, Massachusetts voters don't prefer Biden over Warren. Trust me on that. So, and I don't either. But I totally understand they want to get to the nominee and get to the race and take on Trump. And are we excited about voting for Joe Biden? No. Are we excited about getting rid of Donald Trump? Hell yes. Let's get rid of Donald Trump. If you leave a comment, I will give you a shout out. And if you click that red button, you become a subscriber. And maybe someday I'll make some pennies at this. Thank you so much for coming in. Talk to everybody tomorrow. Oh shit, I timed it poorly. Still going. Bye.